Hello, guys. Welcome back to our podcast, The Cunning Buffoons. My name's Dylan.
I'm Andrew.
I'm Dylan with a Y.
So would you be like Dylan?
Well, I'm not
Dilly-a-on?
Dilly.
Dilly-a-on. So you guys were telling me about this new Monster energy drink geared towards women.
Yes.
What's that all about?
Well, Malachi, you want to read it?
No, I can't read out loud without stuttering. This will be so bad.
I mean, I can read it. I don't think I stuck.
Some people are impossible to please. As soon as they get what they
Okay,
thought
I got
they
it.
wanted, they always want more. Our team, yeah, no, you got that.
All right.
It blurs out too while you're looking at the can.
And the droplets of water don't help.
Some people are impossible to please. As soon as they get what they thought they
A
wanted, they
B
always
C
want more.
D
The
E
Team Raiders
F
and Monster
G
Girls are no different.
H I
dropping
J
some hints
K
lately.
L M N
They've been
O
asking
P
us for a new monster drink, a little less sweet, lighter tasting, zero sugar, but with a full load of our monster.
Okay. So I think what y'all were trying to get at
Y-N-Z.
is it opened up with some people are impossible to please. As soon as they get what they thought they wanted, they're not happy. Is that what y'all were talking about? Or is the fact that it specifically mentions, like, here, give me that.
Monster Girls.
Yeah. As soon as they get what they thought they wanted, they always want more. Our team riders and monster girls are no different. Like, that's kind of rude to
And
your
you know
fans,
what's you know
though.
what's even crazier? All the videos of the white monsters are guys who go to the gym.
This is very
Yeah,
true.
they all have white monsters. It's like a gym.
or
It's
like
a gym drink
or
now?
bikers get it,
Yeah, or like bikers. It's like a.
or they get Red Bull.
Like cyclist?
Bikers,
Or like, okay.
like
yeah.
cyclists.
So you have a bunch of, like, bikers running around with white monster energy drinks.
Well, you do
Sports
crotch
bikes.
rockets, yeah,
Yeah,
crotch
sports
Okay, crotch rockets. So like the zoom guys, yeah.
The guys that go.
Yeah, and they're like probably like 20s, and probably a little autistic.
I mean, not everybody that does
Well, like,
stupid stuff
there's
is
like
autistic.
There's stereotypes with bikes. You know, this guy, he has 3 ex-wives.
Oh, like that one guy we saw that
This
was
guy-
like he was holding on to his ape hangers at the red light with all the other bikers, and like he literally had his fingertips on the bars and his toes on the pavement and was teetering.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, you know, this guy, he has at least 3 ex-wives.
Yeah, yeah.
He's been divorced 4 times, but he only has 3 ex-wives. Yeah, and
So he married one twice, like my grandfather.
two
Yeah.
two baby mommies. Like, it's just like a whole situation. But he really thinks he looks cool when he's doing this, so we let him have that.
I just always thought it was people who had like excessive sweat problems. So like they made sure their pits stayed dry, so like they didn't feel nervous in public. I've never I know some people that love them, but I've never been able to do it. Like my arms sitting up here like this for like hours on end, it just drives me. I can't do it. It like my shoulders go numb, your hands go numb. Like hold your hands, like even on a bar, just go in the house, sit down and watch TV, hang something from the ceiling, and just hold your hands right here.
Yeah, that's why I want to. Yeah, I want to be like.
I saddle one. They're nice.
Yeah, he wants a Yamaha, so he wants a bike that only.
Or a
girls
Ninja
drive.
because they're comfortable, but everybody rides them. That's my only problem.
Not an H2.
Yeah, because you can't find them no more.
Dylan
Because
wants
they were dangerous.
the Ninja.
I would love one.
500.
I would like
Is
to
what
get
I'm
a hold of, and it'd be hard to restore one because like we're broke. But like there was a bike, one of the last crotch rockets that was a 2-stroke engine and street legal, come out in the 80s, and like people just, it's hard to comprehend the difference between power in a 2-stroke versus a 4-stroke. Like if you haven't ridden both.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I've ridden both.
Same.
Yeah, but like think about y'all's little like the 2-strokes you got, they're 125 cc's, and you see how power, like how much torque they have. Now imagine one that's a 350, it has more than one cylinder. It's a 2-stroke and it has that same power band, but with 4 times the
I
oomph.
think we could get that yellow one going tonight
I think
in less than an hour and a half.
Pull me
We're gonna have to time lapse this. Because I mean,
'Cause-
I will
no,
plug
'cause
my
the-
phone in and we can
the-
time lapse
the
the crap
yellow
out of y'all
one-
trying to
the
put a bike
yellow
together
one-
in an hour and a half.
The yellow one is pretty much just putting the engine back on and hooking everything back up. The green one needs a new set of handlebars.
Okay, yeah, we'll get the yellow one running. Heck, Y'all can do it. Throw it together.
So what I want you to do is that we're saying we can do this in an hour.
Less than an hour and a half.
When 10 hours have passed, I want us to make like an edit where it's like after the 10-hour show, we're like, pull me out. I'm 6 feet.
Yeah, and we both have to have a Bud Light in our hand or something.
Yeah,
We're just
yeah.
like, have you ever seen the videos that are like Rate My Alice in Chains listening spot? And it's like some like old decrepit, like falling down attic with like a random recliner, and it's just
You probably do not remember it, but
Chase me
the
as
silo
forever.
used to be a party spot back when I was in my late teens, early 20s. But then one of my uncles had an old barn. It's the guy we helped clean his barn out, right? Did you see the camper in there?
Where?
In the barn.
What barn?
The barn we cleaned out.
Which one?
That
one?
No. My daddy's side.
Which
Who?
one?
Whose barn?
Mark's. I don't think you got to actually.
No.
Negatory Batman.
All I did at Mark's is y'all drove the trucks over, and I helped Aunt Barbara unload everything.
Unload everything. Okay. But in that barn for years was a little camper
And she gave me like 12 pocket knives.
that was like stuffed in the corner. And like when you would just go in the barn and look around, you wouldn't really notice it. But like you could go in there and they had a TV set up in there, and that was like his game watching spot. And like it's just pretty chill, just a little hideaway in the barn.
Huh.
Like my goal eventually is to have like a little like off grid cabin in the woods, just like a little tiny house with like nothing hooked to it, where me and Tasia can go out there on weekends and just not contact anybody.
I always wanted something like that. My plan was, y'all know where Salamander Pond is at my place?
Mm-hmm. Oh, dude.
Take an
Right up there,
extension
like on the
cord.
hillside. Do like a little Japanese hut, like the open air huts they do that, where you can still close everything
Or
off.
we could
Dude,
buy your
that'd be
neighbor's
freaking
house.
sweet.
Huh?
Or we could just stick with the OG plan, buy your neighbor's house.
Hopefully, if he sells it.
The neighbor, like, right beside him. It's like the one, like, if you're pulling up their driveway, you can see the roof.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He's thinking about selling. And what's
Hopefully.
going to happen is his parents are going to buy the land, but then Dylan just buys the house. That way the land's
If it
still
can work
his,
like that.
but Dylan doesn't have to pay $400,000 for everything.
So you're going to kind of split it. Like you'll pay for the house and the amenities, but then the land. That makes sense.
But I can still use
Yeah,
the
but because
land.
it'll all be attached to his
Yeah.
property.
One
at
big
that point,
family
yeah.
estate. That's pretty cool. Like, I would enjoy that.
I would love that.
I mean,
That's
if
where I'll be staying for the rest of my life.
if I really had my way, I'd have like that couple thousand acres up near the Canadian border, and it would have like giant fences all the way around it, and I would helicopter right into the middle of it to my mansion, and I would hardly ever leave.
If I had my way, I would own Pikeville.
You want to
Why?
own Fall Creek Falls?
Pikeville.
Why do you want to own Pikeville?
It's massive amounts. It's right around Fall Creek Falls, and like there is tons of land. I mean, we looked at it was about 4 years ago, but we looked at a place there that was 880 acres. Like 780 of it was solid hardwood and standing trees, and they wanted 880,000. You could have paid for it with the logs on it, easy.
That's what it's like.
And there was
empty.
another one that was like 1.2 million, but it was like 1,200 acres. It already had fences, cross fences, barns, but there's nothing. Like it's one of those like, hey, we got to go to Walmart. Well, we're going to drive an hour, So like
my house.
yeah, it's a trade off, but like you're literally in the middle of nowhere.
But if I own Pikeville,
You gonna put in your own Walmart?
Right in
Personal
right
Walmart.
next door.
I don't want Walmart. Then people have to come and work.
No, it's your personal Walmart.
It gets stalked every
Still
like
have to have people
Yeah.
work
year
there.
or something like that.
People work.
Yeah, but it'd be like your professional butler would run just the Walmart. It'd be only him working your Walmart, and he'd
Well,
know
see,
all
if
your
I
orders.
bought Pikeville, I would have my friends.
Yeah, because you'd
I'm
have
not
to.
living in Pikeville.
I'd have Dylan hooked up with a nice house and a nice dirt bike track, and
You have a house
All right, hang on, wait, he's got me.
up on a bluff overlooking a big valley.
Dylan
Oh.
is living in Pikeville. Okay,
Yeah, okay,
guys?
I'm living in Pikeville.
Okay,
don't worry.
but
mine's
I would
changed.
be like, okay, Dylan, here's how many acreage is in Pikeville?
A lot.
Yeah.
Why don't you look up Pikeville?
Please
total
and
acreage.
thank you.
Look up what Pikeville Pikeville, Tennessee, and then see what comes up first. Sometimes it'll just tell you right off the bat.
Malachi could ask me, "Hey, how much acres you want, bro? I just need like for a house, and some trails, and that's about it."
I wouldn't even. I would say you can be on any of the acreage.
Mine too.
I'd give Dylan a hat that it was Dylan's hat. So if I see that hat, I know it's Dylan.
You know not to shoot him.
Yeah.
I know not to.
Yeah.
Please don't like be bright orange or bright green.
It'd be like it just like May. Right
It
across
should
the
give you like a total square.
I don't think you'll get it, but Andrew will. It's gonna say like a party hat that says "dunce."
You're gonna have 2 cup holders on the side.
You don't get it. Never mind. Dunce.
2.443 square
Yeah.
miles.
Cheaters. Yeah, but yeah.
What?
What?
2.443 square miles.
So it's 1,800 acres, right? No, 18,000 acres. No, 1,800. 660 something acres per square mile, I think.
Let me look that up.
I don't know, but I'd be like,
I may
okay,
be wrong on
you
that.
live at this house.
34,560 square feet an acre.
Here's
I know that.
100 acres. You have to take care of what's on this acreage.
Yeah. Now, see, the way I was
There's cattle, there's gardens, anything. You
build
can
your houses on the outskirts. The whole middle is the actual middle will be cattle, your goats, your horses, everything. And like in between that and your houses would be all your gardens. And then that way everybody takes care of their garden, everybody helps take care of the animals, and then you have a big slaughterhouse, processing facility in the middle, and that way everybody's supplied.
Nah, because there's not enough room for
Our
dirt bike
own
trails
little
and
yellow
tracks.
Do you think
Okay.
you can't run dirt bike trails and tracks all through that?
I don't want to.
I would.
But I don't want to. My poor gardens. I'm a
Not through your
Fine,
gardens. Like
put
through
the
houses.
gardens, houses,
1,563.52.
acres.
1,500. How many is that?
1,500.
Oh, that's not even that big.
No, it's not. So you want to own whatever county Pikeville's in.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. What did you think I was talking about?
Pikeville would be in what?
It's New Faulkner. Bloodsoe County.
Bledsoe.
Bloods.
Right.
Bledsoe?
Bledsoe.
Bledsoe?
Because we have a road in Pittsburgh called Bledsoe.
Well, how'd your grandpappy die? Well, he bled so good. That's how they named it. What happened to him? He bled so.
Okay,
Bledsoe.
there are 407 square miles total, but apparently one of those is water, so land is 406
So
square
then
miles.
you'd have like a 600-acre lake. Is Percy Priest isn't up there. There's a big lake out there. It's the one we went to for the
You're going
eclipse.
fishing all day.
Imagine going fishing all day.
Yeah.
What do you?
That
You're
is
talking like
259,840.
200 what?
imagine 59,000 acres. But you're like, imagine going fishing all day. Like, we're all rednecks. I haven't caught a fish in 20 years, and I've still been fishing all day in the past 20 years. Doesn't mean I caught anything, but like, it's not that
Fishing
hard
all
to
day
imagine.
is a good.
For anybody listening that is stuck in a house, no legs, no arms, and blind, and can't go fishing all day at least once in their life, tell us what you think fishing would be like.
Well, for anybody who hasn't fished,
You're not really missing anything.
Yeah, you're really not. To be
Well, like
I mean, if you're like me and like you just throw the pole in the water and then like you could just sit in a bathtub and have the same experience because you're just going to watch a bobber float in the water all day. But like,
It's not the same as a
I'm
bathtub.
so bad at fishing.
well, I'm saying you're going to have the same experience
For
that
some
I
reason,
get
they
because
don't
it's
bite
staring at nothing.
cheese.
You're not actually physically in the water when you go fishing.
You don't sit in the bathtub, but you sit beside it and drop you water in the bathtub.
So can we
Type of
just
social-
Inside a bathtub.
we just
I'm
talk
talking about fishing. Do you fish from in the pond or do you
the
stand beside the
economics
pond?
You said it'd be
politics?
like taking a bath.
I do have a question
Can
for
we
you.
talk about why they didn't bite my cheese?
Yeah.
It's because fish don't like cheese, bro. Fish are lactose intolerant by nature.
I think.
Do
that
you
fish
see
like
teats
cheese.
on fish?
No,
I
you
think
do not.
fish like. I think fish like cheese. I think it's just the pond.
It
We
may
want
be.
to.
They may be like they're not hungry enough for cheese. But I do have a question I wanted to pose to Dylan. All right? And this is because of the documentary me and Malachi watched earlier. If Malachi messed up and you had to pay the price for him, would you chop off your own freaking pinky?
What kind of mess up? Like how bad of a mess up?
Like the gangster's gonna kill him unless somebody takes responsibility.
No.
Okay. Well, the documentary we was watching, the dude's talking about here's how he did it, right?
No offense, Malachi.
He took an ashtray, and then he said he took a knife and put it right there like that, and then took something and just his own pinky, and then hands it to him. But then he said his little bro messed up again, and so like he had to pay again, so he tried to chew it off. And he said, but it hurt so bad he couldn't get all the way through it. So he's still trying to chew. And finally, one of the elder guys was like, whoa, like, you need to stop. Like, we understand you're willing to pay the price for your brother. He's good. Go to the hospital. So, like, he goes and gets it stitched up. But, like, to save, like,
Come on, that's some
to
John,
save
real John
someone's,
Wick
yeah,
type
to
crap.
save someone's life, how dedicated you got to be. First of all, just sheer balls to try to bite your own finger off and
That one's
actually
the-
almost get
That's
through it.
the crazy one. Chopping your finger off. I mean, the way he showed him covering it,
Oh yeah,
you could trick your brain into nothing.
yeah,
But the chewing,
yeah.
like a good sharp butcher
Oh yeah.
cleaver,
And they were in
right through a pinky.
and they were in Japan, so you know whatever knife they used was probably just sharp as heck. But at the same time, like chewing your own finger off. And then the guy that was interviewing asked him, he's like, "Why did you try to chew your finger off? Why didn't you chop it off?" And they translated, and he was like, "There was no knife." It's like, ask for one. Do
I
you
feel like-
mind going and getting me a knife?
I know, right?
Like, because I could use these, but
I would help him to a certain extent. Like, hey, Malachi, let's go just kill everybody.
yeah, you ain't gonna do
Well,
that
You're
one.
not
Yeah,
John
sorry
Wick,
about
man.
that one.
We can do it, though. 2 versus the whole world. We got this.
In what? Like ping pong?
Malachi.
No.
Google says yes, you can definitely fish with cheese.
You need to put your mouth in front of the microphone.
Google says yes, you
Oh,
can definitely fish
Dang,
with
girl,
cheese.
that's right. Get it loud in here. Yeah,
So-
you can.
And
so
some
apparently you
anglers
just
find it
thought-
surprisingly effective.
You can
particularly
definitely
for certain
fish.
fish species
You can
like
definitely
catfish, trout,
fish.
and carp.
You can definitely fish with anything on the hook. Not to be that guy, but like I could fish with this electrical tape.
He's not wrong.
I could definitely do that. Would it definitely work? Probably not.
Well,
Because it's you. 'Cause you don't catch
She
them.
was just saying that some anglers found it really good, like with trash fish especially. Carp eat anything.
Catfish and trout too.
I do want to go
Catfish is
hammerhead
good.
fishing one
I want
time.
to get one of those big
Oh, so
poles. and, like,
speaking of that, Malachi's coming with us,
oh yeah.
Florida. I don't know if he's told
Okay,
you
when
that.
y'all go shark fishing though, y'all don't do the pier fishing, do you?
No.
Okay, a buddy of mine was telling me he's in like they're in South Florida somewhere, and it's wherever they hammerhead fish. I don't know what area they were in, but he had pictures and stuff showing me some of the sharks other people caught. He's like, dude, I wasn't fishing for them. I'm just walking the pier at night, just chilling because they're on vacation. And he's like, I see these guys, and they've got this big winch, you know, like mounted to the pier. They got this big buoy floated out, and they're catching hammerheads. And so like they get them, and they winch them in. And, like, they winch them up the pier. And he said, like, right when they get it to the edge, like, a couple of them will lean over like this and, like, stare at it. He said, then they'll just beat the hell out of it with a baseball bat for a second, right in the head. And he said, then they'll drag it over because it's stunned or supposed to be dead or whatever. And he said, then they'll throw it up on the thing, and they all stand around it like this, just staring at it. And if it even flinches, like the slightest bit. He's like, dude, you'd think he stole $1 million and the boss's wife. Like, they just beat him like a redheaded stepchild. And I'm like, I know that sounds like a lot of people would be like, that's kind of cruel. But, like, knowing that a shark, like, even just barely nipping your hand can take your hand off would be terrifying. But also, like the guy who killed the bear with a spear.
Mhm.
And all the people were trashing him. They're like, that's so inhumane. That's cruel. That's blah, 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 blah. Get a spear and go hunt a bear. Then come back and tell me it's inhumane and cruel. When you come back with half your limbs missing. Like this fool
If you come
Steffi.
back at all.
Have you seen the video of the 4 wrestlers?
Doing what?
So a bear attacked them, and they're 4 like college wrestlers.
Oh, they
Oh,
manhandled
yeah.
that fool.
And no, what happened? Like they all got injured, but
Yeah, but that bear knew they were there.
yeah, they were like, he was like, yeah, he pushed my other friend on the ground, got on top of him, and I just first instinct, he's like, he put the bear in a chokehold. Like they did what they had to do, but they all made it out alive.
Yeah, I bet that bear was thinking,
They
what
look
the heck,
I
man?
Didn't a guy choke a bear out though?
Yeah, I think that was in Kazakhstan or it was like in one of the Slavic
There's a
countries or like the
guy
Russian countries.
who they don't know what happened, but it's presumed him and the bear went toe to toe to get each other because they're both dead, laying next to each other.
Yeah.
And like the woods around him is all broken and messed up, and they just found him dead, both of them.
It's like you think about that, and you're like, man, maybe anime is real. Maybe
Well,
some guys
no,
look
look,
just
the
better.
guy
thing-
won because the bear, the guy's not eating. The guy won.
Yeah, bear didn't get what he wanted, but like this guy was sleeping, and it wasn't a cub, but it wasn't like a full-grown bear, it was like adolescent. That's still a 300-400-pound animal, and like they're not weak, but like it's sniffing him while he's sleeping because it breaks into his cabin. He just wakes up and chokes it to death. And like they're interviewing him, and they're like, "What was going through your mind?" He's like, "Oh, I'd kill a bear, go back to sleep." It's like, what? There's a Marine dad that like he's ex-Marine, but like he's out camping with his kids and wife, and like the bear comes up after his kids. He grabs a log out of the fire and beats the son gun to death.
Mhm.
Like that whole 100 men versus one bear debate is
That's-
stupid.
Have you seen the gorilla one?
No, that's the 100 men
That's the
versus the gorilla. That's the
gorilla.
one. Now I did show one to Tasia
Is
the
that
other day
stupid, though?
where they were like, they keep assuming the gorilla has to die, and the woman's like, all we need is one woman named Becky that just went through a messy breakup and is down on her luck. Give her a minute, be eaten out of her hand. Give her 5, it'll be rolling over for belly rubs. Give her 20, she'll be taking it home and renaming it Peaches. And I'm like,
Oh.
if I didn't know so many white women
I could
that
do
would
it. Give me
approach,
enough time. I could do it.
that's
I
what I'm
couldn't do it
saying.
in under a minute.
Your
but
parrot
I
will
can do it.
murder anybody, and it'll bite down on your finger, and you're like, stop that. And it looks at you like, I'm sorry, Tasia.
'Cause he is. He would never hurt me.
He
on
bites me
purpose.
and looks at me like, give me another taste, fool. I'm like, dang, bro. He's actually chilled out a lot now that we moved him in the living room.
He's a demon.
I mean, he is a demon. He's a Russian bird. That's why his name is Leningrad, but we call
His
him
name
Lenny.
is Leonard.
Nope, it's Leningrad.
He's my bird.
Every time I played Russian
My
music for
bird.
him when we first got him, I'd play the Russian national anthem, and he would like stick his head up like this. and
Okay,
dance.
this is what I was looking for. So have y'all seen those Chuck Norris jokes?
Yeah, have we seen Chuck Norris
No.
jokes?
Who's
No, no,
Chuck?
no.
Chuck
Chuck who?
Berry?
Okay,
What?
look. All right. Chuck
know-
Norris has a grizzly bear carpet in his room. It's not dead. It's just afraid to move. That's what that reminded me of.
Have you ever seen Chuck Norris reading the Chuck Norris jokes?
Mm-hmm. That's
Oh
funny.
man, one of my favorite is the celebrities reading mean tweets about themselves, and like some internet comments get mean, man.
I like
Mhm.
the celebrities reading the most asked questions on Google about them.
I haven't seen many of those.
Because there's one, Steve Harrington.
Yeah.
His actor was doing one, and like, it was like, is Joe Keery pregnant? That's one of the top searches for that actor.
Hmm.
Is Joe Keery fire?
I don't know that actor. Is that Steve Harrington?
Yeah.
He can't get pregnant.
I know. He's a dude. I
Aye,
hope
aye, aye.
if they got to put end of the beginning. What's it called? End of beginning in Stranger Things season 5. You take the man out of the city, not the city. It's Joe Keery's song,
I know.
but it's a very good song.
When is season 5 coming out?
Probably like
I don't know.
2027.
I haven't watched
No, it's supposed to
season
come out
2,
Dude.
season
June.
3, season 4.
He has us
Season
watch
1,
this.
now that I think about it.
He has us watch this darn anime, and it's all like freaking cool and everything. And then like he sends me the thing, and he's excited. He's like, the 3rd season's coming out, and I like,
Of what?
hang on, I see it, and I'm like, heck yeah. But then the next day, I like actually open the picture and like look at it. It's 2020 freaking 6.
Yeah. Free reign?
No, ReZero.
No, ReZero doesn't even have a scheduled release for season.
So it was Freerun that you sent me.
Yeah. That was season 2 of Free Run.
They're gonna have a 2nd season of Freerun.
I can't wait till you're
Duh.
watching.
It ended on a cliffhanger.
The show started on a cliffhanger.
I can't wait till he watches like
Show started.
one show that's like
It's
only
Snoozeville.
season 1 out,
Oh, I could
and they're
get it.
never getting
I
a
could
season
get it
2
like that.
again.
Who?
Have you finished Your Line April yet?
Now,
Yeah,
see,
I need to
here's
refresh.
something that y'all don't understand. Like, we grew up in the pre-internet age, right? Nowadays, if you have a show that takes off, even if like they put out one season and they cancel it,
Shows take off.
shut up, you.
Like
they put out one
One,
season, they cancel it
two.
or whatever,
blast
and then like
off.
it gains a following 2 or 3 years later. The internet outcry usually is so big that like whatever production company will come back and put out more
Yeah,
seasons
where's
because
Black Clover season 5?
hang on,
Apparently doing this year next.
see,
I don't.
it happens quite often. But when we were young, like what was it? Fantastic Four, not Fantastic Four, Silver Surfer. Silver Surfer come
Bitter
out,
about that one.
right? They had
The
whole,
cartoon.
they had the whole first season.
I was about to say, isn't Silver Surfer and Fantastic Four?
Awesome cartoon, okay? Awesome series.
It was mid.
Hush you.
The movie or the?
The cartoon.
The movies suck.
But
The cartoon I liked, right? But the
Suck.
cartoon ended
On a cliffhanger.
on the season finale, part 1.
Hmm.
It got canceled and part 2 never come out. Like nowadays there would be riots in the street. There would be internet threats, people would be
The new
freaking out.
Fantastic Four is going to be so bad.
Oh my gosh, it's going to be terrible.
So bad.
Oh yeah, who does?
Have you watched the trailer?
I haven't seen the
Silver
trailer.
Surfer's a girl.
Okay, never mind. I did see that.
Now there is one
See,
comic.
like you said, yeah.
Isn't
I
it
don't
like
care.
his daughter? Or
It's his
something?
wife.
Oh.
There's one comic series, if I read right and remember right, that the wife goes instead of him, because like that's what the Silver Surfer does. He sells himself into servitude to Galactus to become his herald in order to save his planet and his people, which is cool and all. But like
And
you know,
also-
I'll eat 1,000,000 people's worlds to save mine. Like what I mean.
Do you-
then
do you-
again, his is gonna die anyways. So
You know what Galactus does with planets? Dylan?
Shoves it up his butt.
He eats them.
Oh.
How big do you think Galactus is?
Pretty big.
He eats planets. At the end of the trailer, it looks like they have him walking on Earth.
yeah,
And
but
if they do that, it doesn't matter.
yeah, but he don't eat planets. I think the machine that he uses to
No, he-
create all his
I'm pretty
power
sure
eats
he
the planets,
because I know
doesn't
who
he?
he's talking about. Pretty sure, yeah.
I'm pretty sure
planets.
he eats planets.
You don't think I don't know who Galactus is?
Apparently not.
Look up Galactus.
Well, that's like you didn't.
I think it's the thing that he rides in. Part of where his power comes from is, I think, or that could
In a
be.
bunch of like
I don't think he's
things,
that
he's like
strong.
he's giant.
Well, yeah. Apocalypse was little and giant at the same time. He could grow. Like he's like a
Are you
super
talking about-
powerful Omega level freaking
Are you
universal
talking
being or
about
whatever.
X-Men
I did
Apocalypse?
like the
Like
thing
cartoon
of
apocalypse, not movie apocalypse.
Movie Apocalypse terrible.
my favorite
Movie
X-Men is
apocalypse
Wolverine.
looked just like the daggum
Your favorite X-Men character is the Wolverine, Kurt Wagner, Nightcrawler.
Earth of Wagner.
Oh, yeah, he's alright.
What?
All right.
yes, Galactus
Cyclops'
consumes
brother.
planets. Galactus is not just hungry. His purpose is to devour planets for the universe's survival, according to a Reddit post. He doesn't
Survival.
have a personal hunger. It's part of his cosmic role.
So another Thanos of sorts. Kind of, but-
No.
Because he's not. No,
let's
Thanos
see.
is
Well,
gonna
not
be
eating
Is a
them, but,
fictional
like-
character appearing in American comic books published by Marvel Comics, formerly a mortal man. He is a cosmic entity who consumes planets to sustain his life force and serves a functional role in the upkeep of the primary
You
Marvel
gotta quit rolling it around.
continuity.
I
So-
don't like the Fantastic Four.
Okay,
They,
hang on.
what is this, number 5?
Okay, remember.
What are we doing?
Well, they keep rebooting it and being retarded about it. Like,
Quit making it so bad.
So hang on.
It ain't that hard to get a good villain.
Stan Lee thought of all these characters, right?
not
Stanley
all of
didn't
them.
make Captain America.
Yeah,
It's just like,
Oh,
but
sorry.
a lot of
he
people
made
do.
a bunch of them, but like he was one of the most prolific writers and stuff
I was about
in
to say,
history. But like,
There's no way someone can think of. Well, I mean, there is, but like,
I mean, look at
crazy.
J.R.R. Tolkien,
I don't know who those.
Lord of the Rings.
Oh.
Bro was like, you know what? I need a story. I need a story that encompasses the history of an entire universe. I need to have it detailed enough to where everyone can understand it and they can learn the languages in my universe.
The Lord. I've never seen the Lord of the
It's
Rings.
kind of like Star Trek.
Same.
Like you can speak Klingon. Like
I never really got into Star Trek.
Galactus was Stanley.
Never understood Star
I
Trek.
I've seen all the Hobbits. I haven't seen a single Lord of the Rings. all
you
the
need to
way
watch
through.
Lord of the Rings. I like them.
They're too long.
You're like, I've watched all the episodes of One Piece, but I can't watch 9 hours of movie.
One
Have
Piece
you watched
is good.
Star Wars?
Yeah.
All of them.
All of them.
You can watch Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings is way
Have
better
you seen
than
all
Star
the Lord
Wars.
of the Rings done?
I haven't seen it. I think I saw the first one, barely all of it, and I've never watched the first few Star Wars. Because they're long.
No,
Your
they're
excuse.
not.
3
No,
hours?
They are
Yes,
not
they are.
3 hours.
They're
No,
pretty
they're
darn
not.
close.
No, they're not. the first 3 Star Wars. You're actually
I
retarded.
couldn't freaking focus on it, so I was like,
What?
I'm good.
Okay, hang on. We got to get this right. I am old.
Yeah.
So the first 3 Star Wars to me is the last 3 Star Wars.
What?
Episode 4, 5, and 6 come out
Yeah.
when I was not even born yet, I think. But like they come out and like in the
The
80s.
originals came out in like the 70s.
Yeah, the 70s and 4, 5, and 6. And then when you were little, they made episode 1, 2, and 3, and they were like, let's make it retarded.
No,
Alright, okay, no
they
shit
weren't
about
bad. 1, 2, and 3. Those are the best 3.
They were terrible.
The one about
Terrible, terrible.
Anakin's life. Yeah, those.
Insane.
I haven't seen
Anakin is the best Jedi.
He's so much better than Darth Vader.
Yeah, but Luke is so stupid.
Was it
No, you're my father. Shut up. Nobody cares. You're lying.
6 was 83.
Okay, yeah. So all
Why
of
was he
the originals
tweaking
come
like
out
that?
before I was born.
Why was he tweaking like that?
Because it was a major plot twist.
You're my father. Ain't nobody freaking out like that.
Yeah, they would.
No, I wouldn't.
Not a Jedi Knight who's supposed to be saving the whole freaking universe.
Yeah, then you
And-
realize that your father is the douche twat that's
And
messing the
you're
universe
You're
up.
not supposed to have.
You're not supposed to.
And did that stop anybody from having connections as a Jedi? Daggum, no. it didn't.
Man, look
It
at
did,
Yoda.
it did stop a lot.
How do you get more Jedi if you don't have connections as a Jedi? Jedi got to come from somewhere. Got to have
No.
them little midichlorian
No,
crap in their
no.
blood. You got to pass that on by getting busy.
I mean, Yoda's pretty strong.
See,
And you
the
got a bunch of
problem is
Yodas. But
the-
their whole people are like,
they're extinct.
because
Well,
they
now
weren't
besides
breeding.
Grogu.
My problem with the Yoda being so strong is no, he was.
Huh?
He couldn't even beat Palpatine.
Because he was old, wasn't he?
He couldn't beat who's that guy's name?
What?
Count Dooku?
With the stupid
Count Dooku.
yeah, Count Dooku with the stupid looking lightsaber. It's kinda like
Count Dookie.
Count Dooku.
In the animated version, he put Obi-Wan on the offensive end in
Plays Saruman.
the Clone Wars.
Have you even watched all the Clone Wars?
Nope.
I have.
That plays
But
Count
I do
Dooku.
like that episode.
What episode?
I can't remember the episode, but it's Count Dooku puts Obi-Wan on the offensive and Anakin on the defensive. That's not the way of fighting. Complete opposite.
It's so weird because like
The 2v1.
you think about it, it's like it's really
Christopher
rare
Lee.
for a TV series to get at least one episode with like an over 8 score on Rotten Tomato or whatever it's called. What's the thing where they put all the episodes like to
Rot-
get rating?
Rotten
Sure,
Tomatoes, one
yeah.
of them. It's one of the big ones.
Clone Wars last 10 episodes all have like 8 or over.
Again, though, I'm like, watch Lord of the Rings. You're like, it's a 3-hour movie. But
When I
I just
watched the
named.
Clone Wars, I was like 11.
Yes, it was
Okay. So I thought-
Christopher Lee.
I'm pretty sure he's the one that they were trying to explain to him, like, what it would sound like and what it would feel
Even
to stab
Avatar
somebody.
is one of those shows.
And he's like,
That is such a good
Have
series.
you
I
heard the
know.
new one? We're getting a new one.
I don't want to watch anything else because they're gonna do what they did with Korra.
No, apparently they're gonna fix it. But
no, they're not.
Korra
Korra's-
destroyed the Avatar
I'm gonna
state,
be gay,
so there's a
I'm
whole
gonna be
new
gay.
line.
If she hasn't, she freaking, what did she do? Sleep with every freaking person on her team?
Yeah. Wait. Yeah. No. Yeah.
She has her team. She freaking sleeps with all of them. The women, the men, the old people.
Nah,
She's
I
a
think
freak.
not the old people, but
Korra was a freak. She was a hoe.
she met Toph. I think that's cool.
My problem is also, they're like, here, 100 years in the future.
My favorite part.
Why did we
about
not get to see
that
something
whole
after
thing.
Aang somehow jumps into the Avatar world and rebuilds the entire Air Nation?
wait a minute.
What?
What? No, I didn't watch this.
No, he's
You didn't watch
only got
Korra
one. There's
because
only one Air Nation.
Korra is gay.
There's only one.
It sounds like she's an equal opportunity breeder. It sounds like she didn't make her gay. They were like, this gal just likes it. And wasn't that a kid's show?
Yes.
No, okay. No, the one thing I will admit about Korra, my favorite part, which they were explaining the very first Avatar. Very first. I think that was cool. How the Avatar began and all that.
So he was like, "Yo,
But that's
sup?"
how do you know
No.
is that actual story or
what
is
happened.
that? I don't know if that's story or if that's just some kind of Korra bull crap.
Well, if you think about it, Korra and Avatar would be the same. Even though
No.
you don't like it, would
No,
be the
they are
same.
not the
Yes,
same.
they are.
They're not the same. Korra and Avatar.
Bro, they're in the same universe.
But they're not the same.
It'd still be the same universe.
But my question is this: you said it was 100 years in the future.
It's like
No,
it's like
it's
a
like-
while in the future. They have like TVs.
It's like years later or something like
They
that.
have, like,
wherever
cars.
Avatar is.
and they can like bend lava.
Because
It's
Zuko's still alive and Toph is still alive.
Zuko, not Zuku.
No, I said Zuki.
You said
Zuki.
Zuku.
Zuko.
Zuki.
Zuko and
Oh,
Toph
Zuki.
are still
Zucchini.
alive.
He might burn you for calling him that.
Katara was
I think
alive.
you would.
So but they're old, so it's like
Who's Korra?
She's
she's
the
the next
Avatar after Aang.
Okay, so she's just some random chick.
Because Aang's dead. It shows him dying. He's like, he got blood bended to death.
See,
That
like,
shouldn't happen.
what?
He's the dadgum. Blood bending is just water bending.
It's a thing. No, because he went into the Avatar state. I can't remember.
Why
how he
did
died.
Korra break the Avatar state? What the freak
I don't
is
think she
that?
meant to, but or like it. I don't know.
You know what they should have done?
It helped. I don't know.
You know what they should have done? One logical guy should have said, "That does not need to be the Avatar." They should have went and killed her
Because look,
right as she was born.
in the
That- That is a hoe.
in the end,
We do not need a hoe being the Avatar.
In the
Bam,
end,
one
gosh.
shot.
This is how it goes.
I mean, the moon spirit was a hoe too. She was all like, "Come on, whatever his name is."
It wasn't the. She wasn't the moon spirit at first.
I kissed the moon.
I mean,
My
how
first
many
girlfriend
people can
turned into the
say
moon.
they're
That's
in
rough,
love with
buddy.
the moon, literally?
I
Like,
remember. That's a good one. No, so at the very last episode, if I remember correctly, the spirit world's open, so
It's a
spirits can
giant
travel.
orgy.
Well, not really, but
okay, have we gone to the dark side of anime, or is this still Netflix?
it's not even anime.
It's a Nintendo or
I'm out.
Nickelodeon.
Yeah, I was about to say, huh?
Nickelodeon.
Yeah, it's Nickelodeon.
Oh, that explains a lot. Look at the documentaries on all their child stars.
No.
Yeah.
I know. Nickelodeon is jacked up, and that's why they had to make
I'm
Korra
actually,
a hoe.
I'm actually excited for the next Avatar.
If they do good, yeah, I'll be excited.
Seven Heavens, I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, but if it's gonna be after the Korra time, it's gonna be bad.
I think they're gonna.
I don't
Delete
think
all
Korra
that.
should have ever been. I think they should have done. They should have continued the storyline with the original because they were so good, and Korra sucks.
I heard they were gonna do a
They should have first episode been like, "This is trash."
hanging them teenagers. I heard they were gonna do
Yeah,
that.
they're gonna make a movie about it.
And I'm actually excited for that one. I think they
They're
should have
already
done,
teenagers,
Yeah, I
aren't
don't
they?
know what he's
books,
talking about.
Because the books, so at the end of Avatar, they go look for Zuko's mom.
I
Right?
have that book.
I feel like they should have made the.
What
whole
about
episode about
Zuko's
that.
mom? Who gives a crap about her?
Well, she didn't die.
Yeah, she didn't.
Her
die.
dad like got rid of her.
you mean
her
his
husband.
dad?
Yeah.
yeah. Her husband was like, "Go away."
You're
Your boy
making my
sucks.
you're making my son be a soft kid and not want to destroy every freaking nation.
How dare you love
Oh.
your kid? Get out of my house.
Exactly.
Why
Well,
do you keep calling Azula crazy?
'Cause
Oh, I don't
she
know.
is.
I don't know.
She keeps burning the servants to death with her lightning crap.
And I'm pretty sure Zuko's only got one daughter. So.
I don't get to like. I did enjoy Avatar when they were
don't
kids,
they show
but
that Toph is still a bad A though? Do they show that actually?
Toph can't not be a bad A.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, like,
She even calls Korra Twinkle Toes because that's what she called Aang. I did like that part.
You know what would have been better though? If they would have just never made Korra the Avatar.
You're gonna have to get over because
I'm not getting over it.
It happened.
Why has it got to be gay?
Now, okay.
now, okay, I will put
I
up
will
with
admit-
Korra the Avatar, right? Okay. What I don't like is that stupid live action they made that
Yeah.
me and the wife and all the kids went to see, and
We
they're
wouldn't
like,
watch that?
"Ong,
Ong.
ong."
That was so bad.
It's like the cartoon says it 1,000,000 times. Don't tell me you couldn't translate
Apparently,
"ang"
the
correctly.
live action now is not.
They
bad.
made a series.
Yeah. Apparently, it's.
I'm not
good.
watching.
I mean, I know they
haven't
made a
watched.
series. I haven't watched it, but
I'm not gonna. Okay, if we ever get famous, Netflix, stop.
Seriously.
Nobody asked for this.
Seriously.
Nobody.
Stop, please. we
Live
beg of
action
you.
One Piece. live action Avatar. Just stop.
The problem is there's a bunch of people that asked for it, but they didn't realize how bad of a job they would do.
Netflix.
Like when I was
Stop.
a kid, we wanted all these cartoons, like the X-Men and all this stuff, to be actual movies.
Hey, and the first X-Men movie was pretty dang cool.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is we wanted them all to be movies, but like a lot of the fans in the 80s and 90s, especially throughout those, we were perfectly happy saying, don't.
Yeah, but
because we knew they
CGI
couldn't
was
do it.
better.
But-
CGI was better.
But it happened.
They didn't use
And
CGI.
X-Men
have
is
you
one of the
seen- have you
biggest things
seen
ever now.
Fantastic Four, the
Just saying.
movies. You see how they do the rubber, how it looks good.
Yeah.
Look at how Netflix did it.
Also, look at the amount of money that these studios dump into these things.
Hang on, I actually do got a question.
Like I watched the first episode, I almost vomited with how cringy it was.
What happened to CGI?
What do you mean? What happened to CGI?
In 2010, you couldn't tell nothing.
Yeah,
But
why is it
in
so
all of a
bad?
sudden, 2020 and all that, it looks terrible.
Because in those days, you had people who were still coming from a lot of the like literal effects, and so a lot of studios they would blend it. Like the CGI was expensive. Like it was one of the most expensive things to do. So you would have a mix of practical and real effects with CGI.
Why?
CGI would be what you use to augment your actual effects.
Yeah.
And nowadays, studios with AI and the computing power we have, they got some dude in there that doesn't really know what half this stuff is supposed to look like, and he's doing it, and they let a computer do a whole lot of it. I mean, AI is going to ruin a lot of stuff.
Like I don't know. I guarantee you the firebending looked terrible in
Okay,
that
hang
show.
on. Like I said with Netflix, I'm gonna say this for the CGI. Don't use AI. Actually, get people to do it and actually do it good.
No,
if you
no.
do next, I'm
here's-
killing
no,
you.
no. Here's what I'm saying. Just stop. Just stop.
that's why
we don't like you.
like a lot of the old school horror movies, and that's why still a lot of the horror
you are
movies
not Oda.
are so good, is because a lot of the horror movies, like special effects guys, are the old school guys from the 80s and 90s, and the people that they trained in their studios still.
And it's
So like they love the real practical effects because it's a whole lot easier for you to act if you actually see my head explode.
Yeah.
If I'm coming like Pennywise, the clown, when they done it, like Bill Skarsgård, like personified Pennywise. So you were actually acting with this demonic clown on set, not here's a guy in a green suit. Pretend. Like there's a whole big difference. Like the horror genre sticks with a lot of that stuff because it just makes so much more sense for them. And then like a lot of these big budget movies, they're like, we're going to make all this money, and they just dump all their money in
Well,
CGI,
another
or they spend
problem
it on stupid stuff.
it's like you got to feel bad for like because you got the One Piece actors, right? And this is them starting. This is their starting career. And their starting career was One Piece live action. Hang it up.
I mean,
Hang it up.
it could be worse. You could have been
Or
a
like,
Power Ranger.
or when I'm like, "Oh, you've watched One Piece," and they're like, "Yeah, I'm ready for the new season," and I'm like, "New season of One Piece."
Gotta punch you now.
Like,
Stands
okay,
still.
you just
Hey,
get away from me.
You're just
You're an idiot.
trashing people for their interest and likes. It's the same as when people are like, "You like anime? You're an idiot."
No, it's different.
Yeah.
It's completely different. Everybody likes live action shows for some reason. Nobody likes anime.
I don't necessarily. I enjoy them both. It just
I
depends on how well they're done.
Yeah, but what
like
are
I
they
would love to
doing?
see them do an anime version, not the same story, but like in the world of Shogun. Did you watch it, the Hulu series? Like if they were to do an anime series in that time period, like that would be awesome.
And it's like make a live action dude look cool with 3 swords
Hear me out.
and a sword in his jaw. You
Hear me-
can't.
What
Hear
was
me
the
out.
one that
You can't give him a
Scarlett
big mouth.
Johansson did? That one was really good.
Ghost in a Shell.
She
yes,
did really good.
yes.
That one.
They did a phenomenal job
Yeah.
with that one. But I ain't never seen a woman that could act like a freaking robot so well. She may actually
she
be a
did
robot.
very
Like
well.
I don't.
It's an anime.
Ghost in the Shell, old school anime. Great
Scarlett
series, great
Johansson?
movies. But yeah, she plays the
Oh, did
chick
she
from Ghost
voice
in the
it?
Shell. No, it's a live
Live
action.
action, but it
Oh.
was done well.
And they done it. I enjoyed the Cowboy Bebop live action.
I never saw that one.
Like I enjoyed the heck out of it. They done a phenomenal
Yeah, but
job
Cowboy
with it.
Bebop's so boring.
You're such a jerk.
Okay, so look, hear me out.
It's
hear me
so
out.
boring.
Somebody said this on either Instagram or TikTok. We need a Ben 10 anime. I'm with him. We need a Ben 10.
Ben 10
anime.
is anime. You
But like,
stupid idiot.
but no, like actually look like an anime, not like the.
Ben
Like the
10 is
kids'
a cartoon.
Yeah.
Ben 10 is kind of stupid.
Yeah,
I like
I
the new
kind of
season.
disagree with you on that one.
I like
We need a reboot anime. No, I'm just kidding.
We need
You
a-
know what we need?
That was
need
we
a
didn't have a
version
choice,
that-
and we
we
had to
need
watch Saturday morning
the
cartoon.
original Teen Titans back.
Okay.
We need whenever Robin soloed his entire team.
I'm okay with that.
It makes zero sense because you got to think about it. Raven is an interdimensional like being whose father like threatens the whole Earth like 12 times. Starfire's an alien. Cyborg is a cyborg, and Beast Boy can turn into any animal ever. Robin solos them like 6 different times.
It just proves that knowledge and money
Isn't that
go a long way.
Nightwing technically too.
No.
And that's a different
Whenever
person?
he fights them, it's Robin.
Well, no, like, is it Dick Grayson?
Yeah.
Okay.
But like in the Teen Titans series, he goes like evil. He's working for Slade for a little bit, and he beats his entire team. No issues.
What confuses me though is
It's
the fact that okay, in the worlds where the characters get their powers like late adolescence, closer to adulthood,
Mhm.
I can understand having a character that is morally good. But in the different worlds, like, whether it be anime or like comic books, it doesn't matter. When the kids are like born with their powers, you tell me Scarlet Witch was going to be raised without being a self-entitled brat.
She could bend reality.
Like literally anything she wanted, she got. She would not grow up and be a decent person whatsoever. She would be a nut job that from her birth on was the world's curse. Like, there's no way that you could, like, if you were born with your freaking Omega level powers, that your parents are going to be able to discipline you.
Yeah.
That anybody's going to be able to tell you not to do something. Like, come on. Like, it's retarded.
I'm surprised she didn't destroy the world when her brother died. I would have destroyed everything. Everything would have been blown up.
Yeah. But I mean, like, there's the whole, like, the character is good. No, they're not.
The Avengers, the MCU
Superman.
version of Scarlet Witch just isn't that good.
Bob.
Superman is raised by two
Have you watched the
geriatric
movie?
people, right?
How do you know who Bob is?
And Superman
Which of
showed up
course.
with powers, didn't he?
Yeah. No?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, like, a lot of the comics show him, like, playing baseball and having to hold back and all this because his father taught him how to. As a 3-year-old, the first time his mama told him no, and he went over there and pushed her and shoved her plumb through 4 walls of the farmhouse until she was dead, then he's traumatized. Superman's evil. I don't believe at all anybody would turn out good whatsoever if they were born with their powers.
You know what I'm also thinking?
What?
Why are we trying Superman again? This is like the 30th time.
No, there's
He has
actually
a dog this time.
Yeah, he's got a dog now.
Why are the
Bro, Super Dog?
Yes.
Okay, stop with Fantastic
And not like
Four.
homie Super Dog, like
Stop with
Bark
Superman.
Bark Super Dog.
It's stupid.
Or we can just get rid of DC entirely.
Yeah, they are kind of
The
trash.
state?
Or
Or like the
or
Providence?
we
or
can
like
do what
the-
I've always wanted. I know it wouldn't happen. Marvel versus DC. I know it wouldn't happen, but I would love something like that. Feel like that'd be cool.
Marvel solos
I know, but still.
with not any problem.
They would make it where DC wins,
No.
but still.
Scarlet Witch solos.
Nah, Doomsday shows up? Doomsday gives some people
you're
some
saying,
run for the
You're
money.
saying MCU versus DC universe. Live action right now, Marvel solos.
Well, yeah, because like the DC universe is like 5 characters,
We
and the
got
rest of them are in
you got
jail. You can't
Aqualad,
bring them out for a movie.
Wonder Woman, Flash.
I
They
feel
had Cyborg. They got all the. They're still winning.
I feel so terrible for some of the actors in those series. Like Jason Momoa, I enjoyed him as an actor until the Aquaman series, and it was like, bro, you just
And the
murdered your career.
First one wasn't
First
even
one was
terrible.
decent.
yeah. The first one was decent, but then they
What
just
was
went
the
way
second
overboard.
one?
Thor,
CGI.
Thor, Love and Thunder.
He's got a kid in the third or second one.
That wasn't terrible.
It wasn't horrible, but like it wasn't.
Well, it was made to be stupid. That's
Yeah.
why I wasn't like going in expecting anything.
I enjoyed the movie, but like it hurt that man's career.
Well, he was supposed to get his contract has been up just as long as Robert Downey Jr.'s and Chris Evans.
Mystery movie I went and seen the other day. It's called Fight or Flight. You would enjoy it. It's like Bullet Train on a plane.
Like a fight or flight.
I did like Bullet
Wait,
Train.
is that the one where
Bullet Train was cool.
the plane driver is like evil?
No,
I wanna
he's
watch that one.
What was it? Tangerine and all that.
yeah, but like he gets a call and has to get on a plane and like try to get somebody from one of the old agencies he used to work for, but then it winds up being just a hilarious disaster because everybody's after him, and like it's I went to the mystery movie and I hadn't even seen previews for it or nothing, and I probably wouldn't have saw it otherwise because I wouldn't have even looked at the preview for it. But like as a mystery movie, and then like it showed, I'm like, well, I'm gonna stay and watch it, and it was actually very entertaining. I highly enjoyed it.
Well, I don't know if y'all watched it, but Nobody. That was a good one. I did like that one.
I've
Same
seen
people-
some of that.
Same
one.
people who like made John Wick.
I've seen some of that one.
I
When
don't
does
know.
Ballerina come out?
Ain't no telling. We got a
Already
producer
forgot.
over there that if she's paying attention, she'd look it up for us.
I'm ready
That's
for
what
John
I
Why
Wick.
was-
are you playing with knives? You are accident prone.
I'm fine.
Put away the razor blade.
I'm fine.
You're fine now.
I say when
Malachi
Ballerina
does the
comes out,
tape out already.
watch
What are you supposed to be doing?
Ballerina. What was it? Yeah, Ballerina.
I was Googling it because I was listening.
Pretty sure you're looking at your knife,
You can listen and look at a knife at the same time.
but you can't type.
Eating a microphone with your face?
You moved it.
I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about him.
You still moved it.
It's not.
No, it is not.
We'll go watch it
Okay,
tonight.
it says it is.
Heck was that?
Okay, so for the people that can't hear, there's
Demon outside.
an angry chupacabra outside, and it's mad because it's eating.
You're in home?
June 6th, 2025.
It's Kiri and Tess.
Hey, you gonna see Ballerina for her birthday?
Yep. June
Sure.
6th.
When's it come out?
June 6th.
Mom, what are you talking about? It's already out.
I
I
was
don't know.
I was about to
It's
say-
giving me times
Alright,
and
look.
dates. I bet it was to pre-order.
I was about
Yeah.
to say, we'll see y'all tomorrow.
those pre-order
Next
tickets.
Friday, we're going
Kiri,
to watch
I want to go
Ballerina.
see Clown in a
We're doing
Cornfield
something.
tonight. You want to
Put
go
the
with me?
chicken
I
down.
heard of that. I haven't.
I watched the
the
preview, and it looked like it was just going to be one of
Okay.
those horror
Okay.
comedies that's just
What-
stupid, over the top, and lots of blood.
I've watched the previews for it. I'll go watch it.
Heck yeah.
Okay.
What time?
10.
I asked him what time earlier, and he didn't
10
even tell
o'clock.
me. Who wants to be at a movie theater at 10 o'clock?
I don't care.
What better time to pop a bunch of gummies and go to the movies?
I'm going to be asleep 30
Who's,
minutes in. It's going to be so bad. I will be snoring.
I can smoke some weed. And
So I'm going to have
that's
to
a
go
joke.
to
That's a
drive.
joke.
I had.
Dylan's going to be higher than a kite. Dad's going to be higher than a kite.
Okay, I won't even mention this person's like name or relationship to me, but I had a buddy of mine, right? One of his favorite things to do, right? And this dude was violent as all get out.
Mm.
Would be get higher than a kite. And I'm talking about like smoking until like this is the extent of his abilities. And go to the giant, like full farm haunted houses to where like you got to sign the waiver.
Mhm.
And he'd be like, it's like, it's terrifying. What? It's like, dude, I've watched you punch people for looking at you wrong, and you get higher than a kite and go to haunted houses for fun. Why? Oh, I love the feeling of it. I'm like, just drop acid and watch horror movies in a closet or something. Like, you ain't got to spend that much money or risk hurting somebody.
Yeah, but I heard some of those haunted houses in Nashville are really cool.
But that's what I'm saying. He would go to the ones that you got to like sign waivers, and they can actually touch you and harass you.
I would love
Like-
to go to one of those.
I don't like 'em.
I'm not going. I would never.
I
I
don't.
would kill someone.
Dude,
on,
I
Malachi.
Last
Me,
time I
let's do
went
it.
in a haunted house, I was 13, got tripped, hit me with his axe. I reacted. His nose was messed up. I disappeared out the side wall. Like, it just, the walls opened up. I got you. She's gang signing us. And, like,
Well,
arms grabbed me,
Same.
and all of a sudden, I'm outside. And I haven't been in one since.
I want to do. You
Just a second, I can't see.
I've always wanted to do rent out like a abandoned hotel or not hotel, mall or something, and play airsoft in it.
No, that'd be fun.
I know. Why is that chicken deformed?
I got a call about it.
It's deformed.
It is deformed. Why would anyone get chicken with no neck?
Excuse me, manager. Actually, no. Stand right there.
Why am I going to move? Do you hook shot? You got it?
Nope. That was
Oh,
terrible.
man.
You suck, Dylan.
I couldn't see.
Imagine missing.
And people wonder why I spend more time cleaning my shop than I do anything else.
All right.
Not really. That's like
'Cause
two
he's-
cans.
Telling you, it's a deformed chicken.
It's
Is that
they
that
make
stupid
they
turducken thing?
make chickens without neck hair. Why?
They make skinless cats too.
Why? Why do we make cats in the first place?
Because the Egyptians needed something to worship.
Fair enough.
Like the Bible says snake. I think it was a cat. I think a cat come up, started talking to Eve. Evil little bastards.
We were playing Chameleon, and it was like it was something, and it said Egypt, right? I forget what the category was. It said Egypt, right? And I said, "Let my people go," right? Gary's turn next, right? She's like, what is it? What is it? You know, sitting there. I'm like, Carrie, you're the chameleon. Flip your card, right? She flips her card, and she goes, "It's Israel, right?"
Um,
It was the Israelite people who were. wanting
It's
to
just
be
like
let go.
they were doing church. They were doing.
That is an ugly a chicken.
All right, Dad. They were doing
Yes.
trivia, right?
I think you have to turn to a
Allie
chicken
was
nugget.
sitting beside Lexi, and they were talking, and they call who built the ark, and Allie looks at a 4-year-old and says, "It's Moses. Put it on Moses." so straight faced.
Maybe
so
maybe my
believe-
eldest child has passed down to her younger siblings her love of lying to children.
She did. She thought it was Moses.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
She wasn't just wanting that kid to lose.
No, because she was. They were on the same team.
Oh,
She for real looked at. Dude, I love the story where Moses built the ark. Man,
And when Noah split the Red Sea, I love
dude,
that.
it's such a good story.
great story.
Noah didn't split the Red Sea.
No, apparently. Oh, yeah, he did.
Everybody has moments.
I mean, considering like the whole earth was flooded, like I'm pretty sure the Red Sea was gone while Noah was floating.
That doesn't mean he split it.
That story blows my mind because like if you read it, most people just think, oh, God told Noah to build a boat. Noah built a boat, and like they went
But
on
he
their
got
way.
mocked for it.
Yeah, I guarantee you he did. But I also guarantee, like, people don't realize they think boat. Okay, so 6 months he built a boat. No, he built a boat for 100 years. He sat in a field and built a freaking boat for 100 years.
And how old was he when God told him to do that?
It was like 500 years old.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah.
When God told him to build the.
Yeah, and then he was 600 when he got on the ark.
And
Can't
it's just
cover the Bible.
imagine how ridiculed.
Oh, people sitting around going, look at this idiot building a boat in the middle of the field. What is wrong with you? At this point, it ain't rained on the earth like nothing.
See, my thought is, if I saw a 600-year-old
how
building an ark,
big?
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna join that guy. He's doing something.
Well, even the ark was massive.
Yeah, but not only the ark was massive, like you got to look at the earth in those days. Like all of your legends, like all of your cultures throughout history have legends of angelic beings or gods breeding with women, right? And even the Bible talks about, those were when the sons of God, I think. However, whatever the terminology is, it's saying that angels bred with women. And then their offspring was the great men of renown, the men of old, the warriors and kings. And then you get people, like I have so many people that are like, all these pagan religions, like they got it wrong. All this, Aztec culture has legends of that. Greek mythology, Norse mythology, like all of it has legends of gods breeding with women and then producing great warriors and people that had superpowers because they're freaking genetically modified beings by a greater race. But then people read the Bible and they're like, they just discount that section or they say this has nothing to do with all this other stuff. Okay. I don't believe all of it's 100% accurate. But the issue is this. You have to look at all of it
You
and
don't
go,
believe what?
all the legends as far as like the other cultures. Like I don't believe like Hercules and something like we're specific
you
people.
mispronounced accurate. That's why she asked.
Oh.
I understood what you're saying.
No, I thought you were saying you didn't believe the Bible was 100% accurate by the
Oh,
like your
No.
strain of.
No, I
knew
believe
what
the
I
I
knew
believe
what
the
you were talking
Bible's 100% accurate, and I believe all of those cultures are 100% accurate in their concepts. I think some of those warriors were actual people that were hybrid beings. But the issue is this. So many people will discount things because they don't see them personally. Like, how many cultures have legends of fairies? Like, tons of
lot.
them. And if you go back far enough, all the legends of fairies, like fairies weren't these little cute creatures in the woods that you wouldn't call. They were all freaking demons. And like my personal belief is that God created a whole order of spiritual beings above and beyond just the angels, because there's too much stuff that I've seen with my own eyes. But then you also have the angels in the early days and the watchers and the different, orders of angels that were breeding and genetically modifying whatever they wanted to modify. So like little people, wendigos, you've got werewolves, you've got all these monsters throughout history that you can't explain, everybody believing in them. And you get the psychologists that are like, oh, well, it was just mass hysteria, and it's just, people didn't have that much knowledge and stuff back then. And it's like,
yeah, but still, when you're on a farm and you see a giant walking wolf kill your whole family, and you're the last dude alive,
yeah,
it was probably a walking wolf that killed your whole family.
yeah. Or you're like me, and you live like when I lived over in Flat Creek. Like there's little people on that farm. Like you could you don't really speak about the little people much, and like especially if you go to Native American lore, they'll talk about them a lot. But like they're an order of beings that are on this earth that a lot of Native Americans know about, a lot of other cultures know about, but a lot of Americans just don't have anything about it. But I seen them all the time when we'd be out at night. I didn't think nothing about it because I seen stuff like all my life growing up. But several times we'd be out playing paintball and stuff at night, and like I'd have buddies come back and be like, dude, there's like little tiny fast humans running around. Like you'll shine a light on them and they'll dart up and look at you with glowing eyes and take off. I'm like, yeah, that's the little people, dude. Don't worry about it. And
see, I'd be the idiot to chase it because I'm like, what was that?
oh, we've tried. We're standing there one night. We're not standing. We're all sitting in the living room, about 20 of us, and like we would watch movies and we would mute them, and then everybody would pick a character and everybody would voice that character. We'd ad-lib whole movies. Like we had a blast doing it.
Science.
Yeah, we'd mystery science it on steroids because we would be the characters. But there was a skeleton, freaking demonic skeleton that like walked in front of the windows on the front porch, put its hands and face on the windows and breathed and fogged the window up and then walked away. Like I said, I've seen stuff my whole life. I watched it and thought, it's just something I'm seeing. But then when I look around the room and every other eye in the living room is staring at the window, and I'm like, oh, so you guys saw that too? And they were like, yeah. And I'm like,
Your
okay,
dad
cool.
Just got an amazing costume.
I love my father, and like he was a phenomenally talented dude, but
He would have done
you
something
can't
like
be
that.
a see-through demon.
You have childhood memories that transfer. I'm telling you, that's something your dad would have done.
No, Daddy would sneak in your bedroom at night, snatch you out of your bed, and throw you against the wall, and then run out before you
Malachi,
get
would
your
Granddaddy
senses.
have done that?
I don't know. If it was see-through, how would he have done that?
Would Granddaddy have done that when he said, I'm going to buy a lottery ticket on Friday night, and he didn't come back till Sunday night because he would go to Kentucky?
You're confusing memories.
My wife is so mean to me.
What
Like-
time are we at?
We're probably way past her needing a gang sign.
You're 2 minutes over.
Oh, my gosh.
I just sound like Canadian. 2 minutes over.
We have also got to figure out next week.
You know what I think?
Oh, what's next week?
Me and Tasia's leaving Thursday night. So,
Me and Malachi could do it by ourselves.
No, we can't.
Yeah, we can. We got
No, we
this, bro.
can't.
We got this.
I mean, if one of y'all could learn how to upload it real quick, yeah, y'all can do a solo episode. Or we can do it earlier. I don't care.
It don't matter to me.
Do it like Wednesday night. That'd give me
That-
Wednesday and Thursday.
That Thursday night we can.
Yeah, do it. If we can do it Wednesday
Can't do
night,
it Thursday.
that'll allow me to like go ahead and get it uploaded Thursday since we're leaving Thursday night. We have everything ready. I'd hate to miss an episode. I mean, we got 49 subscribers. That's not many, but like if you subscribe to me, I still want to put out stupidity for you to listen to and make fun of. I mean, like that's the goal.
Well, I'm pretty sure 2 of those are my coworkers, but.
I mean, probably. I mean, I need to figure out how to like get all the names. So, but like, actually, thank you such and such for subscribing to us.
Thank you for, I guess.
Thanks, Joe
Yeah,
Biden.
so thanks, Joe Biden.
I mean, he probably subscribed to a lot of people. He doesn't even know it.
What was the
Guys,
first
does
thing
this
you'll
help?
say to Joe Biden?
It actually helps a lot. We're gonna get you a.
Innocent, I keep a check. The Batman, never the rest.
Don't think it says Batman.
Calling it quits now, baby. Alright. Some people
that
can't
note,
refuse.
Hope
Wanna
you
ride
enjoy-
it like a
Oh,
cruise.
Tasia.
shoot that.
And I'm
Look at
not
me.
trying to lose.
Oh yeah, I forget you have a camera.
Left in the dust. You're stuck by
Oh, hit the chickens.
I did not hit the chickens.
You're a
All
sunflower.
right, well, with that note,
I think you never be too
not like I
much.
can get a cancel for singing a
They're
song.
okay.
Cancel me.
Uh,
I shall make another YouTube channel.
like and subscribe.
Kill my family. I shall make another family.
No,
Not us being
that's
married.
not how it works. You can make children, but you can't make another mother and father.
You
Yeah.
could.
Anyways, like, subscribe, shout out, comment, make fun of us, talk about how we're cool.
Say
or
I'm an
whatever.
Hey,
Answer.
donate 7 Ninja 500s. Just donate them. Yeah, we'll
Hey,
take
give
that.
me give me $9,000. I will kiss you on your mouth.
Nobody
I'll
wants.
take you on a date.
He won't kiss you on your mouth.
I
There is
won't.
gonna be some really old, gnarly pervert show up with $9,000.
Okay.
On that note.
Left in the
Bye
dust.
bye.